does my resolve come from?
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed!
The flower language of Matthiola Incarna. I am the top student of the Academy after all. Would you help me find my brother? How dare you?
Launch attack!
Don't test me.
First blood. Initiate retreat. Launch attack.
If only I had freedom.
You have been slain. An ally has slain the turtle. Ally has been slain. Ally has been slain.
How dare you? Would you help me find my brother? Try this magic!
Request backup.
Freedom.
Launch attack.
Don't test me.
An enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
I am the top student of the Academy after all.
Request backup. Launch attack.
of Matthiola Incarno.
Request backup. Request backup.
Pew! Boo!
Request backup.
If only I had freedom.
An ally has slain the turtle. An enemy has been slain. Shut down. Double kill. An enemy has been slain.
Try this magic.
Destroy the turret. Attack.
Pew! Boo!
Request backup. An enemy has been slain. Launch attack. Double kill. Triple kill. Maniac. That was amazing. Done for me. You have slain an enemy. Destroyed a turret.
Find my brother.
Request
I'm
backup.
the top student of the academy after all. Don't test me.
Gather at the turtle. An enemy has been slain. Your team destroyed a turret. An ally has slain the turtle. Killing spree.
Did you know the flower language of Matthiola Incarno? How dare you? Don't test
Your
me.
team destroyed a turret.
I am the top student of the academy after all. If only I
Ally
had
has been
freedom.
slain. Request backup. Launch attack. You have slain an enemy. Shut down. Double kill. An enemy has been slain.
Do you know the flower language of Matthiola Incarno?
Killing spree. Launch attack. Understood. An enemy launch attack. Launch attack. An enemy has been slain.
Try this magic. Would you help find my brother? Do you know the flower language of Matiola and Kana?
Initiate retreat. You have slain an enemy. An enemy launch attack.
If only I had freedom.
Launch attack.
Could you help me find my brother?
Team destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain. Team destroyed a turret.
How dare you?
You destroyed a turret. Slain. You have slain an enemy. Killing spree. Mega kill. Victory! Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed!
If only I had freedom. Do you know the flower language of Matiola and Kana? I am the tops.
First blood!
Would you help me find my brother?
An enemy has been slain!
Try this magic.
Initiate retreat.
Don't test me.
Ally has been slain. Request backup. Initiate retreat. Ally has been slain. Enemy double kill.
Brother. Do you know the flower language of Mapiola Incarna?
Retreat from the turtle.
Don't test me.
The enemy has slain the turtle. Initiate retreat.
How dare you? Boo!
Request backup. Okay. Down for me. You have slain an enemy. An enemy has been slain.
If only I had freedom.
Initiate retreat. Request backup. Okay. Request backup. Enemy unstoppable.
I am the top student of the academy after all.
Down for me. You have slain an enemy.
Try this magic. Do you know the flower language of Mapiola Incarna?
Ally has request backup. Okay. Request backup.
Would you help me find my brother?
An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Request backup. The enemy has slain the turtle.
How dare you?
Request backup.
I am the top student of the academy after all.
Ally has been slain. Down for me. Killing spree. Request backup.
I have freedom.
Initiate retreat.
Try this magic.
Destroy the turret.
Don't test me. I am am the top student of the academy after all.
Mega kill!
Try this magic!
Request backup! Launch attack! Initiate retreat! Double kill! Shut down! Enemy godlike! Launch attack! Your team destroyed a turret! Ally has been slain. Unstoppable! Request backup! Gather at the turtle!
Do you know the flower language
An
of
ally
Mapiola
has slain the
and
turtle!
Pew! Boo! Would you help me find my brother?
An enemy has been slain! Launch attack! Your team destroyed a turret! An enemy has been slain! An enemy has been slain! An enemy has been slain! Your team destroyed a turret! Request backup!
If only I had freedom.
You destroyed a turret! Your team destroyed a turret!
Don't test me. Do you know the flower language of Mapiola Incarna? I am the top student of the academy after all. Try this magic!
Request backup! Okay.
Don't
Gather at the
test
Lord!
me!
Understood. Gather at the Lord! Gather at the Lord! Okay. Killing spree! Gather at the Lord!
Pew! Boo!
An ally has slain Lord!
If only I had freedom. Would you help
Launch
me
attack!
find my brother?
Initiate retreat!
Try this magic!
Slain ally has been slain. Shut down!
I haven't tried.
Initiate retreat!
only I had freedom. How dare you?
An enemy has been slain. You have slain an enemy. An enemy has been slain. Request backup. Initiate retreat. Launch attack. An ally has been slain. Shut down. Initiate retreat. Gather at the Lord. Okay. Gather at the Lord. Retreat from the Lord. Gather at the Lord. Understood. Retreat from the Lord.
Do you know
An enemy has been slain.
Gather
at the Lord. Request backup. Killing spree. An enemy has been slain. Our turret has been destroyed.
I am the top student of the academy after all. Would you help me find my brother?
Our turret has been destroyed. Ally has been slain. Request backup. Request backup.
Don't test me.
Down for me! Shut down. An enemy has been slain. Initiate retreat. Double kill.
Pew, boo! Try this magic!
Initiate retreat.
Find my brother.
Okay. Rampage. Initiate retreat. An enemy has been slain. Request backup. Ally has been initiate retreat. An enemy has been slain. Request backup. Gather at the Lord. Understood.
To protect her, not even the cosmos can stop me.
My blade strikes like a splitting wind.
Where does my...
I've been waiting for too long.
Let's go! Let's go!
Football and games!
Time to take the field. Time to take the field.
Chivalry is dead, and I will revive it. Chivalry is dead, and chivalry is dead, and I will revive it. Chivalry is dead, and I will revive it. Chivalry is dead, and I. Chivalry is dead, and I will. Chivalry is dead. Chivalry is dead. Chivalry is dead. Chivalry is. Chivalry is dead. Chivalry is dead. Chivalry is dead.
To protect her, not even...
My blade strikes like a splitting wind. It's not every day you see such a handsome dragon tamer like me.
Where does my resolve come from? Being a father, for one. Don't be afraid to brave the road ahead. Don't be afraid to brave the road ahead. During my absence.
shoulder. Yeah, you know that I'm a soldier. You can keep me off my guard, but you can't keep me from my honor.
I feel like the floor is lava. The energy's getting higher. You're saving my heart. 'Cause I know just what I got. I got you like na-na-na. And you know I hold the power. This feeling I love. Oh yeah. Making my grind good to great. So don't stand in my way. Standing tall and I won't fall over. We are better than great, good. We are better than great. We stand tall, won't run away. We are fun, nothing gon' change. Great, we are better than great.
Can't get it great, I'm better than great. I play my own role, I become the greatest. Transcend myself into this game, yeah. I build a power to dominate fate. Championship mind, no time for the weak. We start to the game, shine, reveal. Better than great, that's how we feel.
I feel like the floor is lava. The energy's getting higher. You're saving my heart. 'Cause I know just what I got. I got you like na-na-na. And you know I hold the power. This feeling I love. Oh yeah. Making my grind good to great. So don't stand in my way. Standing tall and I won't fall over. We are better than great, good. We are better than great. We stand tall, won't run away. Play our part, nothing gon' change. Great, we are better than great. If we stand tall and believe we can make it, you and me, with a sense of urgency, you'll see I'm better than great. I'm better than great. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm better than. Making my grind good to great. So don't stand in my way. Standing, we stand tall, won't run away. Play our part, nothing gon' change. Great, we are better than great.
Can't get it great, I'm better than great. I play my own role, I become the greatest. Transcend myself into this game, yeah. I build a power to dominate fate. Championship mind, no time for the weak. We start to the game, shine, reveal. Better than great, that's how we feel.
I feel like the floor is lava. The energy's getting higher. You're saving my heart. 'Cause I know just what I got. I got you like na-na-na. And you know I hold the power. This feeling I love. Oh yeah. Making my grind good to great. So don't stand in my way. Standing tall and I won't fall over. We are better than great, good. We are better than great. We stand tall, won't run away. Play our part, nothing gon' change. Great, we are better than great. If we stand tall and believe we can make it, you and me, with a sense of urgency, you'll see I'm better than great. I'm better than great. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm better than. Making my grind good to great. So don't stand in my way. Standing tall and I won't fall over. We are better than great, good. We are better than great. We stand tall, won't run away. Play our part, nothing gon' change. Great, we are better than great.
Which country do you think is the best at mobile game?
Mobile game, of course, it's China.
United States.
Going up SMG, going up against Imperial.
Base turrets. Members of Nightmare are.
Hay muchos jugadores de muy alto nivel que por ahí lo que falta un poco son organizaciones y armar un poco más a los equipos, pero que la gente y los jugadores están.
Pase directo para el
Y queremos claramente lo posible un pase directo para Latinoamérica o para Argentina en lo posible también, que se lo merece.
Well, in Latin America, there are a lot of groups, very good teams, but again, we're asking for a straight place to the M6 next year to Spanish Latin America teams.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
it just becomes a
Tuan dan Puan. Salamat Petang, Malaysia.
And greetings to everyone all around the world.
I'm Mara Aquino.
And I'm LaFell.
And welcome to the M5 World Championship Wildcard Stage. After 3 days of duking it out here in the group stage, the 8 teams all across the regions we're finally down to the last 4.
And today, there will be 2 best-of-5 series to complete the wildcard stage, where we will have a complete 16 teams going to the Philippines.
That's right. We have the Mongolian powerhouse Team Little Gun going up against the Laotian Grim Reapers, Nightmare Esports. But before that, we have the Malaysian hometown heroes, Team SMG, going up against the Shapers of Meta from Peru, Imperio Esports.
As we approach the final day of the first ever wildcard event in the history of the M Series, let me just ask you, Mara. We made a lot of memories, but what sticks out to you?
If I'm not gonna be biased, you stick out to me. I don't know if you guys watched LaFell yesterday, but easy. You're pretty funny. You're one for the books. You're one for the books. You have to be. We have to watch you. But if we're gonna be talking about the teams, I guess the emerging teams from all across the regions. Specifically, I would have to say Imperio and Umbrella.
Oh, yeah.
Because they've been bringing out the Gushin, the Yishan Shing. So
we see a lot of Leomore. There's a lot of heroes.
Yes, and Yuzong, things that heroes that are meta in their region that's surprising us.
Yeah, I would say in the Southeast Asia meta, we haven't seen those heroes for a while, and the fact that they win with it. I mean, choosing is one thing, winning is another.
What about you? What's the most memorable for you, LaFell?
Oh, personally for me, this wildcard stage has been a lot of firsts for me. It's the first time I got to work with Naisu on stage, so that's number 1. And it's the first time we see the wildcard in Malaysia, where we are the ones starting the trend. And thank you to everyone here for showing your support. Without you guys, we're nothing. Thank you very much.
And I hope it's been memorable for you guys as well. And we're gonna make more memories for today as we head onto the final day, the crossover match. Now, everyone here at Geospace are all hyped up.
Let me test the energy. Are you guys ready? All right, they look pumped.
They're pumped, the casters are set, and the players are more than ready to be
better than great.
The road to the M5 World Championship is about to take a sweet turn for one of these teams. Greetings to everyone, I'm Gideon, joined by Naisu as well as Arashi to bring you the crossover match, the first best-of-5 series of our crossovers between Team SMG versus Imperial Esports.
Can't wait for it to start, but before we talk about the match, of course, we have to thank our sponsors, because without this would not be possible. Thank you guys so much. M5 is powered by Moonton, presented by Kadia, and supported by ROG, the official gaming phone grab, of course, the official super app partner, and of course, Secret Lab, the best in official gaming chairs.
Thank you to all our lovely sponsors on behalf of us on the desk and all from the fans as well, because this has been an amazing event. Thank you guys. It would not have been possible without you.
Now, and a special shout out to our global presenting partner, Qiddiya. Qiddiya is a giga project, a city that is being built in Saudi Arabia, and it is the future capital of entertainment, sports, and culture.
And Qiddiya aims to change the world of gaming and esports. Don't forget to follow them on all their social media at Qiddiya Gaming on Instagram, at Twitter, and TikTok. Stay tuned because they've got amazing giveaways for you guys as well.
Now, the M5 Pass is now live. Unlock the Yudsong M5 exclusive Dragon Shade skin and Prime Cosmic Dragon. If you don't know what it looks like, we got one right up here on stage. The full model once you complete the entire pass.
You can get all the levels, right, up to level 75 for free. So make sure you grind it, get a ton of M5 exclusive rewards, and make sure that you get your friends in on the action as well. Gift it to them and get going, man.
It's honestly, I think that with the pass, with everything that's been going on here at the Wild Cards, it has been a long journey this past weekend. A long weekend for some of us, but more importantly, for some of these teams, their journey has been excruciating. Some teams that we were expecting to actually do well, like Team SMG, have dropped some games to some other teams unexpectedly.
Yeah, and I think, I feel like just Wild Card in general has served that purpose of being wild, right? There's been a lot of surprises. There's been a lot of, like Mara and LaFell talked about on the stage, there's been a lot of surprise picks, something that some of us aren't used to seeing, and they made it work. You know, that's something that was very impressive from Imperio that we'll see later. The way that Aurora moves around the map with the rest of his team with confidence in that lane, I feel like is going to put a lot of pressure against Team SMG.
Well, I mean, overall, with the way the groupings have been working out for some of these teams, let's have a look at the standings in case you missed out some of these matches, or more so, you're curious about some of these results. Starting off in Group A, we have Team SMG with their overall match win-loss of 3-0, having not dropped a single series in Nightmare, right under them at 2-1. In Group B, we have Team Lil Gun, and it's going to be Imperial right under them.
Yep, that match is going to be the first match we're going to see later on in Group A. Going up SMG, going up against Imperial, we have to see who actually comes out on top here. Both equally flexible and equally entertaining in the drafting phase all the way till the end of the games.
I'm nervous already. I'm thinking about it, I'm sweating about it, and I'm hoping that we are going to see the representatives to be worthwhile. Now, with today's schedule, and more importantly, with what we are expecting to see here today, I want to know a couple of predictions. But first, let's pull up the schedule here. Check it out. It's going to be Team SMG versus Imperial Esports right at the very beginning in a best-of-5.
And don't forget, if you guys are maybe here in Malaysia, come over to Geospace to support, of course, the Wild Card Tournament and tune in with friends if you're watching online. We know there's a lot out you there. But again, at Team SMG kicking it off versus Imperial, and even later on, a team that people have had their eyes on for a while, Nightmare Esports. This is a team that has been together for quite some time. And I feel like, in a way, a dark horse, Lil Gun over here, who has made waves this year alone.
You have to remember that today, all the matches are a best-of-5, so it's going to be a lot more exciting. There's going to be a lot more potential and time for teams to really read each other out and really get going with the off-meta strategies, with the adaptations they can do in the middle of the game instantly.
Yep, this isn't day one anymore. This is a qualification spot to make it into M5 in the Philippines, and that is a lot of pressure, right? Considered to be some of the more minor regions across the world. Obviously, the gatekeepers here being Team Malaysia's Team SMG. I'm a little worried for them, right? Imperial have shown some real... I mean, I have to be, right? I can only be nervous for the hometown favorites.
Yeah, you know Team SMG pretty well, right? And I feel like one of the great things, I mentioned this yesterday about the wild card, is a lot of the viewers out there that may not have been able to tune in on some of these teams, right? This is their chance, this was their opportunity to show what they're made of. And even for the headliner today, SMG versus Imperial, right, for the motherland. That's, you know, speaks volumes for itself, and the amount of pride that these regions can bring to their parts of the world is just simply amazing about the wild card.
I think that even though that this is going to be the motherland, we have heard statements from Imperial Esports. They want to take on Team SMG and beat them in front of the home crowd. And that's a very big ask considering that, you know, they're from Liga Latam, right? They expect to see that crowd. They have dealt with that sort of pressure, that kind of loud energy when one team is favored over the other.
And they really want to get it done for their region, right? They are saying they want a full direct access to M6 potentially. They do not want to go from the wildcard series any longer. They believe they have what it takes and they deserve a spot right there. So they're going to try and prove it today. And against the crowd favorites, it's a tall order, but they seem absolutely confident.
I mean, we talk about getting that second slot every single time, but it was taken away from us here in Malaysia. And that's why we're here at the wildcards. Everybody is hoping to prove themselves to show that we are better than great. With that being said, though, I'm getting word some of these games are about to begin, and I'm getting all giddy about it with it. Boys, are you ready for this upcoming match here? Ooh, it is time. First, we are going to be bringing out the marshals, the people who are making sure that our integrity is at an all-time high. Tech issues will be settled quickly thanks to the help of our marshals here up on stage. Thank you so much, Zena, Ease, Oscar, and Abrija for your hard work. But with that being said, introducing first the Hometown Heroes. After securing the top seed of Group A, they're now entering the first crossover match, locked and loaded. Make some noise for Team SMG!
And again, this is a team that is well known here, of course, in Malaysia. They have proven so many things, and we know that they're after their own form of a redemption arc themselves. We even saw that special video on how they've managed to get to this point. We know the combinations and synergy that they can pull off. We'll see if they can do it today.
They wish to face the Hometown Heroes and express confidence in finishing them in front of the home crowd. Now, the Pride of Peru are standing by their words. Give it up for Imperio Esports!
The pioneers, the pathfinders from Peru here, trying to bring their unique flavor, their unique identity, and proving to the world that this is exactly where they belong. We have to see what they can bring out, man, because it's definitely gonna be unique.
I love this. I love this so much that both of these teams come from regions. They've got their own leagues, but they want that spot. They want that second spot so very bad. But introducing the coaches, the brains on top of the bronze from Team SMG, it's going to be Coach Bao as well as their analyst Lung, Imperial's coach El Vejo Max, being a big time, like that IGN inspires confidence.
It does indeed. And so far, you gotta give it up to Imperial, right? The drafts that they've been able to pull off, execute very well. Even if some more of these niche picks that work really well for them. Again, the YSS that's pulled through, the Roger. We've seen things that work really well in the region, and they've managed to pull it off here against these powerhouse teams. Who knows what else they have in line and in store for us here.
Well, with that being said, let's have a look at the team lineups. Arashi, we're going to be starting to break down Team SMG for a bit with Sasa, Saksa, Smooth, Stormy, as well as Miko as the main five.
I think Miko is definitely highlighted in the roster right here, but you can't really forget about Smooth as well as Stormy, man. The fact that they all rotate so well together and so swiftly, it just becomes a big problem for teams. They can't really plan ahead here, considering that they do it at a split second, right? Before you know it, you can see the whole roster just show up in your lane, and if you're not careful, that could be the beginning of a huge snowball, and recovering against SMG is going to be very difficult due to how calculative their movements are in-game.
It feels like when you're playing against Team SMG that you're getting slowly strangled. It's not one of those explosive, like, knockout punches. It's just slow and steady.
And you know, to build up on that, it's also, if you watch Miko closely, he does this if he gets his hands on the Cho. We've seen teams actually ban out multiple roamers. He kind of fakes people out quite a bit, and that's a mini game in itself within the game, right? So something you have to work on there.
Well, let's see what Imperial Esports has to do to make it work with your Aurora, Marquino, Facian, as well as Steffe.
Okay, for this, again, Aurora has been a highlight for this squad, this team, right? Yep. And it works so well the way he works in the jungle, and I think it's supported, of course, by Steffe, and now you have to focus on also not just the jungle, but even the XP lane, right? Marquino is going to have to match up against what's being thrown at him here. We talked about Smooth already. We know he can be very smooth. So I feel like you have to have this step up now in these other lanes. Aurora's already shined. Expect Team SMG to focus on this. And like you mentioned, Gideon, they might try to choke out that lane alone.
I'm seeing a bit of a trend here. You know, the connections amongst the players, the synergies that need to be broken. For me, I'm seeing a lot of how Steffe and as well as Miko, as well as Smooth, like to play. It's those split-second decisions that really change everything in those crucial moments.
And considering how messy Imperial plays, it's not necessarily a bad idea, right? Against a calculative team, if you can bring chaos to the equation, that's exactly where you can bring them out of their comfort zone and get ahead. Individual performances from Imperial's roster is definitely something that needs to be talked about. Marquinhos, Fashion, as well as Aurora, they've made individual plays on top of synergized cooperative plays. So that is something that I think for SMG could be a big risk. They have to really calculate how willing are the members of Imperial to just go in randomly almost to try and get an advantage.
It's like mathematics compared to additional mathematics. One seems very simple and almost all right, but then you add the additional mathematics, you start adding the calculus, and it's confusing. You get so lost in the numbers.
That's why I love what LaFell did yesterday. He just went with everything and then said +1.
Plus
right?
one.
That seems to solve it enough. That's simple enough for him. But it's the thing about it is Imperial, they basically said that they wanted to face Team SMG, right? This is something that they hoped for, and now they've managed to get it to happen. Now, can they get the win here on the home ground for Team SMG? That would be a huge statement. And not only that, but this also has to kind of lean towards what we heard from Miko's interview, right? He wants to be able to stay calm. That was an interesting thing for the first time. I didn't know that he chews gum like that, and then the handwriting on the notes to stay calm. You know, and we even see, once that was announced, I saw other people online kind of doing the same thing, right? Writing on their hands and posting that. So maybe that becomes a trend in itself.
Look, I mean, Team SMG in particular are unique in that sense. They've been doing it for a long time in MPL M1, not just with this roster, but with every single member who has come in once they got their sports psychologist. But the important thing is whether or not Lung's, well, analyst Coach Lung's birthday buff extends over maybe just one day. And if we're talking about birthdays, shout out to Husky backstage. Happy birthday to you, and hopefully that buff alone could be the breaking point for Imperial, hoping that Team SMG might get that lead.
It's like a double birthday buff for SMG. But let's take a look at the player head-to-head right here for Saksa and Aurora. When it comes to KDA, Aurora is definitely stand out. But in the Lord kill per game, that's where Saksa really has a bit more of an edge over Aurora. And in this level of competition here, the final match between the two, we have to see, man, the late game is definitely also a big issue. With SMG having all the nodes on their hands, knowing how do they calm down and aim for a recovery. Even if Aurora does get ahead in the early game, there's a chance that they just have a plan ready to really shut him down once the mid game and late game rolls around.
I feel like there's two scenarios that we're expected to see here. It's either Saksa is able to secure every single one of these neutral objectives, while Aurora is going to be power farming until we reach that late game, because that's just how SMG plays. We haven't seen them close out a game pre-10 minutes or pre-12 minutes, unlike Imperial. They have closed out games pretty quickly.
Here's what I think. The trial here for Imperio, and just as we saw from the player head-to-head, is for Aurora to, you know, we've seen him play the YSS, be very flashy, get a ton of kills. We saw that in the KDA. But now it's like, can you actually go toward the utility game? Can you fight these objectives? Can you contest them? Can you still pick those kind of heroes and rely on your team to help you for those lore dances that we know are so important, especially later on in the game? And that is something that Team SMG and Saksa in particular has had many reps on, right? Now for Imperio, that's where I feel like if they can still go with their strategy, the playstyle they have shown us, and match that objective-taking playstyle, then that's where they can come in with an advantage, because we know that they like to play flashy, they like to go for those kills, and we've seen teams make the mistake too, give up too many early objectives for trying to get kills, and then it backfires on them, right? So that alone is something that Imperial really wants to kind of be in that headspace before even game one starts.
We have to see, man. That's a very great point, because with the aggressive style of Team Imperial, Team SMG are almost on the opposite end. They're so calculative and they strangle you. So in the early game, they can possibly really match the rotations and really stifle the bulk of the aggression coming in from Imperial. If that happens, then that's where it's going to fall onto those neutral objective takes in the mid game. That's where, like you mentioned, Naisu, the utility junglers might just come really handy, but Aurora hasn't really shown a lot of experience using those, at least in the tournament so far.
Well, that's the thing, right? Again, for a lot of these teams, they kind of take their time with these, especially on day one. Everybody looked rusty. Everybody looked a little out of practice, or maybe even jet lag. But now, this is it. This is their moment that they could set a name for themselves to change the world as we see it, to qualify for M5, and it all begins here today in this best of 5 series, Team SMG versus Imperial. Let us begin to draft.
There it is. That's already the YSS ban, by the way. So the respect is there. I feel like, again, Imperial has garnered the respect, you know, not just from Team SMG, but from multiple teams now paying attention to this. And it's good because they do the exact same thing, right? This is someone that we talked about quite extensively, Smooth with that R-Lot. Now, what is left open, too, was the performance of Stormy with the Valentina and the Lilia. Those are probably priority picks that could pop up. But the Bruno, a mainstay so far for first pick.
Yep. I mean, yours going to be a little upset. It's like, okay, fine. They took away the usage and they took away the Bruno. What else do you want to take away from us? We're going to immediately lock in that farm, as we've seen how devastating that mid lane duo, with the help of Stefe, really kind of maneuvers around if they are trying to protect the king.
And with the farmers picked up right here, usually we see them really willing to go for a double support, but they're going to go for Terizla early on here, trying to secure a power pick for Marquinhos to try and really make plays around the map.
Oh, he's going to do a roll
They're still
live.
doing it.
He's doing a 10.
Wow!
He did it!
What?
He just got it!
Just one of the day. Let's go.
Hey, yo, this isn't even like, I'm pretty sure.
Even the players.
I can't. He didn't even have pity. He didn't even have pity, and he just nails it. Well done.
Even the players want to know what's going on.
That was insane.
That's so nuts.
That came out of nowhere.
Hey, what a way to start the day. By the way, if that, because that's on Team SMG side, you guys talked about a birthday buff, right? I think he got the birthday buff.
Look, I'm not gonna push it forward. I'm not gonna push that engine. I feel like the caster curse in me is starting to grow, and if it goes over the top, it might just be over for Team SMG. Now, following up on the picks, we are seeing the Joy as well as the Linya from the side of Team SMG to close out phase 1, and from Imperial, we are seeing the Clint. Now, rather interesting here to go for the Clint in this particular situation.
Well, yours well known to play the 1-1, but since it's banned away, there's not a lot of marksmen that can really match the aggression and also the late game potential, like the Bruno. The Clint is one of them, and with the root, the immobilize that he has, it is still pretty safe, and that's why they're also banning the Joy, knowing that the Clint is also a ripe target to be pushed out of the Nether Realm with that Way of the Dragon.
We see the next 3 bans come out. It's the Cho as well as Boxia from the side of Imperial. Coach Pao, he's thinking about it. I mean, Guinevere's already gone. I was expecting the Guinevere to be picked up relatively early this time, but, well, at least pushed on towards the second phase.
Oh, there's a statement right there, too. And I feel like, yeah, this is where Aurora kind of has to adapt, right? He's probably not going to get his hands on the YSS, so we'll see when he actually decides to park in the jungle. And not only that, but, hey, it's hammer time.
Terizla currently the most picked hero at the M5 wildcards, having been picked 20 times with a 55% win rate overall.
Well, it doesn't seem too high, 55%, but considering the amount of picks, it's definitely significant. But back to the topic of Aurora, though, are we going to see something like the Roger? Because again, with the Faramis, they want to go aggressive, they want to have that early game, they go for the Kufra pick. Relatively less seen in the Wildcard series so far, but when it's picked up, we saw Stefe just completely demolish on it just yesterday. Let's see, man, is it going to be available to be done against SMG with so much crowd control and possibly a lot of purifiers as well?
It's pretty scary to think about this, but I feel that when we're seeing Kufra coming in from Stefe, and considering the style of Imperial, this is all for Aurora. He wants something that can dash, and a couple of things are coming to mind. I'm thinking about Ling, I'm thinking about Lancelot, or even Hayabusa maybe.
I would love to see it. If he does still kind of go that route again. We saw the head-to-head. I want to see what he is able to throw here at Team SMG, but that is also a Grok being picked up, plus the X-Borg. Great pick into the Terizla.
There
it is.
Called it. Called it.
Nice.
100% win rate, only one game, but against so much tankiness, against a Grok, they can also nullify a lot of the crowd control. We'll see if he can snowball as efficiently, because that is something that you definitely need to be looking for when you're playing this Roger.
Exactly, right? It's that first kill that makes such a big difference for Roger as he snowballs into the later stages of the game. But keep in mind, Team SMG's overall comp is pretty squishy. I mean, you have escape mechanisms, but at the same time, if you're below 50%, even 40%, you're in danger.
Not only that, but the biggest thing for Imperial is to time the Netherrealm correctly because of the pacing of this game, but also to work around this X-Borg. We have seen X-Borg be in the hands of Smooth before, and even though it might not be a high impact game in terms of kills, he does the positioning perfectly.
Well, it is time to head into the land of Dawn for the M5 World Championship wildcard stage. On the blue side, we have Team SMG up against Imperial Esports on the red side for our first game in this best of 5 series. Arashi, break down these compositions. What are we looking for here?
I think for the side of Imperial, it's pretty obvious, right? Go in aggressively, have that nether realm to play around with, and for SMG, I think it's stall out the laning phase, and then afterwards, in the neutral team fight, abuse that Lilia damage, and maybe use that control to really stifle the rotations coming in from Imperial.
Now let's see how much, as Marquino is taking a little bit of damage. He should be okay here, right? He's not gonna give first blood just like that.
Yep, should be fine as he is. But again, that Body of Smith, that passive will help him as long as he needs it, right, through the majority of the game. But you just don't want to take too much damage early on, because we know that's what they're looking for. Team SMG wants to get the snowball, the momentum going early on.
I think at the battle spells, no Purify on Fashion on the Faramis. It's a risky option, but considering only a wild charge is a cause for concern, maybe it's okay, but Marquinhos.
So dangerous.
Whoa!
That's going to be a pretty easy kill for Soxa. First blood, Team SMG.
Yep, and that's also going to be a lot of gold shielding going over to Smooth. Like, Smooth likes winning out his lane. He's considered one of some of the best laners specifically here in Malaysia. So now that you have that counter matchup, he just wants to press that advantage as much as he can.
We've seen Imperial kind of lose momentum when the EXP gets pressured. It's going to be Soxa trying to go and shut Marquinhos down even further. Looking at the battle spells though, and the emblems in particular, the agility and the wilderness blessing in the mid lane, that's how you know they're planning on just roaming, not exactly going for a 1v1. But maybe that expectation is what Imperial can use to really trap Stormy in a bad situation.
I personally feel that in these types of situations, I feel like Team SMG could potentially make the call to, you know what, let's just give up this neutral objective, right? Let's just give up this turtle. We don't necessarily need to be here, and our laners are doing phenomenally.
I think they're going to fight it anyways, you know, at least they're going to go ahead and park Smooth there. Of course, the gold laner is going to go ahead and hash it out in the bottom lane, but once again, Aurora, he kind of needs these buffs, and this is his play style, so we'll see if they actually commit to it.
Looks like the rest of Imperial
are... The wild charge is going to come through, but it's going to keep him back. Penalty zone to jump in. It's still working for a revenge strike as well. Here comes Aurora looking for the kill. Soxa will get the turtle. Now they're going to have to win the fight. Aurora taking too much damage. It's Smooth. Gets the kill, and he's looking for Steppe. Can he get it? Double for Smooth.
Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. The impure rage for the earlier stages of the game, dominating his lane, and now with the lead, he's really, you feel his influence on the top side of the map.
That's exactly what Team SMG were planning, man. All that AoE really paid off. I mean, Nico's wild charge instantly looked a bit weird, a bit too rushed, but afterwards the follow-up was just on point, and Imperial, they like the damage to really contest in these big fights. They gotta go for skirmishes, man. 2-for-2s, 3-for-3s, something like that, in order for Soxa and Smooth to not really just dominate because of the AoE.
Now, one thing that a lot of people don't talk about are the side POIs. Oh, Steppe, he's not going to die, right? The side POIs, things like the River Crab, for an example, is actually pretty important for a laner like Export. Once that Firaga armor is broken and you can't walk back up to lane, an easy way to kind of find these charges is that River Crab. Steppe's fine. He's good, right? He's great.
Oh, wait, look, they're still going to be putting the pressure here now on yours. Steppe going to jump in. Good play. They get Stormy. There's the Nether Realm to help him out. They're going to keep Team SMG at bay.
Look at that, man. Aurora late to the party. Team SMG, they're just trying to make sure that they are the ones in control right here, making sure Imperial are always guessing, because Miko is just always around the corner.
Yeah, he's just going to take a couple shots. Aurora wants to commit to it, though. Going to use that retribution, but does not want to go under the turret with Soxa there.
Whew. Especially if he's going to take his time, but I mean, Smooth, once again, being really, really annoying. Marquinhos doesn't stand a chance against Smooth as of right now, but notice that at least Smooth is communicating to the rest of the team. The information that he provides allows Soxa to get a free orange buff, and they're still proxying the lane. Like, Marquinhos is going to be losing a decent amount of EXP if he can't get past Smooth.
Well, he finally gets past right here, but Marquinhos, well, if he's not really on curve, if he's really behind on the gold, he's one of the main front lines for Team Imperial. They need to make sure that Steppe is hidden in order to actually get those big engages. If Marquinhos is too squishy, it means that Imperial will not be able to really contest ground in the first place.
Guess it's just Imperial that wants to go ahead and give this up. Marquinhos had the information, but Smooth there on the front of the side, going to keep Imperial in that mid lane. So right now, it just seems like Imperial wants to just go ahead and give these up for now and try to get back from letting the gold lead get too far out of hand.
And honestly, everything is working out for the side of Team SMG. Despite it being 3-3, this 1.7k lead, and more importantly, where is this gold coming from? It's from the side laners, the gold and the EXP. We're talking about Smooth a lot, but Sasa is actually just bullying out Yor.
And of course, it's also from Sasa just farming really, really fast. I mean, the Joy is a great hero for farming as well as going for those ganks and kills. So for Imperia now, they have to try and find a way to really keep up in farm, but also to try and fight from the sides. If they go for a front to back, that Lilia and Bruno damage is going to be too much to deal with. If they come from the sides, even Smooth's damage on the X-Borg can be mitigated to a certain degree.
They possibly can, but notice the movements coming out from Imperial, right? Again, Aurora's making some decisive decisions. Whoa!
Whoa! Okay, penalty zone. Steppe goes in as well, gets a huge rage off, and now Smooth gonna have to flicker out. The rest of Team SMG to help them out, but they accomplished what they want. Miko goes in with a wild charge of his own. Aurora quite low, still gonna be working on it. He'll be fine though, but right now Imperial has an answer.
Man, I know we joke about Matilda Airlines, but have we talked about Kufra Airlines, the premium starship that we saw? This man went flying.
The fastest service in the air right now, man. They came out of nowhere. We thought Marquinhos was miscoordinated, but Steppe just steps in and steps up to the plate. Of course, now Team SMG with a turret taken in the mid lane, they're gonna try and get into Aurora's jungle even more. But it seems like with that play, they're a bit deterred here, knowing that Imperial can still strike back with a 1 to 2k gold deficit.
Yeah, I think people need to recognize that for Steppe, that's not exactly easy. You're going at max range, but you also have to flicker at the right position to make sure that your end spot is past 50% of the wall to make sure that you're on the opposite end. Aurora, he might be in a little bit of trouble as the rest of Team SMG start to collapse on this turtle.
Yeah, if they even want to contest this, he needs that Nether Realm, but he's going to be zoned out completely. Saxa will go ahead and get the turtle again. Now he's going to be focusing down Feshin. Has to get the Nether Realm out himself. They're going to be stuck under the turret. There's the last insanity. Steppe has nowhere to go as he's whittled down. Feshin going to be the next one. Marquinhos, can he get there in time? He's too late. Now he's going to be the focus, and Aurora trying to help him out, but one after one will go down. For Imperio, is Aurora next? He has to give up the turret.
This is starting to look disgusting from Team SMG. A lot of chaos on the bottom side, and now maybe even another kill.
They're still going to go. They weren't done. Team SMG wanted more.
Way too much, man. Imperial, they are forced to really funnel one by one right there. They thought they could turn it around. It's worked for them before, but against Team SMG, it's a bit too much to ask for.
The laners are doing a phenomenal job. Chaos on the bottom side, turrets all across the board, a solo kill coming out from Sasa on that top side against Yor. This is really not looking good for Imperial. If you're in Imperial's position, Arashi, how do you deal with this based on the items and the state of the game?
Well, the main thing is they have to try and let go of some of these fights that they really are late to the party for, right? If you want to try and match Team SMG, that's fine. But if you arrive late and you funnel one by one like that, it's only going to serve to put you even further behind. Right now, it's a 700 gold deficit for Yor, but it's not fatal, right? He can still come back from this, and so can Aurora to a degree, but in the jungle, that's just a bit more difficult, especially with all the aggressive maneuvers that Team SMG are doing.
I think this is actually a set game plan for the side of Team SMG, right? They are really slowing down Aurora. I mean, they're even delaying, but it's not necessarily we have to steal your buff, we just have to delay, reset it time and time again with Smooth and Miko.
You talked about this before the draft, their play style, right, from Team SMG. They're probably going to choke out at least one lane, and that's kind of what they did. They hyper-focused on Aurora, but again, this all kind of happened with those early kills for Smooth as well, which was already a great pick into the Terizla, so it forces Imperial to kind of just constantly be trying to catch up here.
It's one of those situations where, you know, real life reflects these video games. In MMA, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to choke somebody out compared to Muay Thai, looking for that big knockout.
It's a different style for sure. And now look at Team SMG. They're going for the Lord, but they're also trying to bait Imperio into a fight, seeing if they're gonna get impatient. And if they can find Yor maybe in this fight, they'll be great, man. At half HP now, then they gotta commit.
I don't think they can. They just have to give up the Lord here. Team SMG furthering the lead. Now they've got the Lord. We'll see if Imperial can defend against the push.
Dude, Saxa is 3 levels ahead of Aurora right now. Like, these neutrals are impossible to take, even if you get a 50-50.
They're going to find Smooth here. Armor's going to be gone, but it's cut off with the Guardian's barrier there. So Imperial has no option but to go back to base and get ready.
That's a big problem with that composition, man. You thought that he's gonna get picked off, but with the Firaga armor, he essentially has a second lease at life. And just to take out the armor, Imperial has to commit so many things, and you're stuck.
Oh, okay. Little misplay there. Steffi gonna go in with the rage. They're gonna be able to hide Stormy. Now can they win another one? Sasa gonna be in trouble. They chase him down, and they find him. Miko the next target. They're still going for it. Smooth here to keep him at bay, but he could be in trouble as well. Soxa's gonna jump in. They're whittled down. Smooth has the immortality, but Imperial has to deal with their base.
So remember when we were talking earlier about, wow, Stormy not taking the Purify earlier, that's really, really bold of him. It pays off at least for Imperial Esports this time around. And I think we need to take a small breather here, right? The Lord is starting to walk up, but a majority of the members from the side of Team SMG are looking to back off. They're waiting for that second wave. I don't know if they're going to get an inhibitor turret off of this, but so far, I feel like Stefe is holding Imperial together right now.
I mean, he has the highest kills in the game. As a roamer, not ideal, but better than nothing, right? He's holding it in. He's making sure that he is on curve as well. If you have a tanky Kufra, it's also more risk for Team SMG to consider if they're trying to make all these bold, aggressive plays. With that warning, though, with that moment, Imperial Esports are able to take down 2 members, but now Team SMG will be a lot more careful when they're walking around those danger zones.
We got 72 more seconds until the next Lord actually spawns. Team SMG with their slow playstyle, right? This is starting to get into, well, not dangerous territory, but on the cusp of it.
Yeah, again, even with the way, the past 10 minutes of this game have gone, Imperial is keeping it together, and I think, like you guys mentioned, Stefe's doing a great job, but he's been a key component to Imperial's success this whole wild card, right? Aurora's usually the one getting these MVPs, is shining, but Stefe is there all the time for him, and as we take a look at the replay here, you can see this kind of unfold, and it worked out well for them, right, for the most part, and I feel like Team SMG was kind of surprised here.
And even their decision there, they saw the Bruno and they're like, okay, that's a value target. So they expended several battle spells. They committed a lot because they know that's the prior target right there. If it turns out that Saxa was in the area, I think they're very happy and willing to take that fight, particularly because the main big damage that really burst them out of that Nether Realm is the damage coming in from Stormy on the Lilia. So he is definitely someone that is going to be hunted down in the middle of this fight.
I think if Team SMG wants to close out this game against Imperial before it gets really dangerous, this upcoming Lord is going to be very, very important. Because look at how quick that even though Aurora was getting slowed down, he's catching up, right? From 3 levels, now it's 2 levels, and eventually it's not going to matter anymore. And then it's about gold investment. I don't think he has enough of a hedge fund just yet, but I think that Team SMG are hoping that Imperial make that first move, whiff, and then get punished.
Usually the breaking point is at 15 minutes, more or less, and we are getting very, very close. But if you look at the wave management, you saw Team SMG send 1 member to the top side, but they don't push it in immediately. They want to make sure it builds up, and they're trying to use this macro play to really pull Imperial Esports apart. If one of them is forced to go up to the top side, it's going to be quite the easy Lord.
Oh, Miko, half health already. He's going to have to back off, but he's still going to be holding on to the wild charge. So Imperial having a bit of a hard time to get near this Lord as it's taken. Smooth already going to use the last insanity. He's going to find Marquino. And now Imperial on the run. Miko goes in with his own combination. Takes a couple shots, but they're still going to be chasing him down. Imperial has to get to their base, licking their wounds. They've lost Marquino.
Oh, they need to find something to reset here. If Vision can cancel some recalls, maybe that could be good. But right now, Saxa, very healthy, Smooth, almost about to get his Firaga armor back. And of course, Sasa, not even worried at all. He's got Hasclaw. He can top up off of anything.
I don't know, waves are available for Imperial Esports right here, but they do have Marquinhos with the penalty zone up soon, so they can attempt a fight if they really want to, or they can just let SMG just suffocate them even further into this game. That team fight was just so difficult for Imperial to deal with, particularly because there's not a lot of mobility in the hands of Marquinhos, man. When he gets slowed down like that, it's so difficult. You might have to try and find some items to really deal with the slow over the damage.
Yep, we're getting to that break point of 15 minutes, That's what you were talking about earlier. I feel the arm slipping under for the rear naked chokehold at this point, but still, I was hoping that Team SMG would just be a little more aggressive. I think they were hoping for more there.
Yeah, still. Actually, here could be looking for more, but this is what they do. They play around Miko, they play around Smooth. Definitely gonna get trapped, takes a ton of damage, is taken care of quickly, still gonna be working for it. They have the Nether Realm there to help him out. Stefan barely surviving. Gonna use that concealer as well. Imperial still pressured on the defense.
God, I love a good Grok player, man. Being able to alter terrain is such a powerful tool.
And Miko's barriers have been absolutely on point. I think there's been 6 or 7 moments in this game alone where the barrier has isolated one of the members of Imperial. And the only reason why they haven't been punished is because for the most part, every single one of them have dashes, except for Marquinhos. That's why it's so difficult for him right now to really move up and try and find some intelligence.
And even if Marquinhos isn't the priority target, Stefan becomes the second, because as soon as he doesn't have his leap, then he's in a lot of trouble. He's forced to use abilities, and he's forced, and maybe even get some good ultimates, like for an example, in the Nether Realm from Feshiv.
Yeah, that's, again, the timing on that is crucial. And as we get further in the game, you know, we're already past that 15-minute mark you guys mentioned earlier. It's going to get more dangerous, right? Especially with Ur here. So if they can stall it out, still going to be going for it, though. Once again, the Guardian Barrier on point. Steffi this time can't be saved. Now Imperial once again down a member.
But I tell you, it's just one after the other. A result of one thing leads to consequences from another.
Stefan just uses the Tyrant's revenge into in an aggressive way, so he can't really jump over the barrier. Once again, it's Miko. Even though he wasn't the main initiator technically, he was the one who made that play happen initially. By just being annoying on this Grok, man, he's able to just walk around, be immune from crowd control, and that's also really limiting Prescient's playmaking. You can't really pull back Miko.
I mean, as much as we talk about like game plans that you set before, you know exactly what comp you want to play, you know what you're expecting from your opponents. The individual performances here from the side of Team SMG have been extraordinary, making this game, you know, move along a lot faster compared to what we usually see.
Yeah, not only that, but just the way things are falling into place, the layering, I should say, of Team SMG and their ultimates and everything else is what is doing the damage to Imperial, right? Other than the fact that, yeah, at this point, you know, Sasa, he's stacked in the items, right? He's exactly, it's just takes a couple shots and most likely Imperial is going to be down a member. So how do you play around that? This is the time where they have to be able to utilize these 17 minutes that they've garnered themselves and actually have a good defense against this Lord push.
Well, Arashi, quick thoughts on this. Can Imperial find this flank angle to get on top of Sasa?
I think flanking is exactly what they need, but look at this pick!
Wow, they're going to be able to find Stormy so quickly. Now they have to deal with the Lord. Still keeping it together. Smooth Immortality going to go down. Yur's going to flicker in, chasing down. Sasa on the run. They leave him there. They work for it, but Smooth still alive. Imperial stays in the game, though.
Team SMG getting rocked by Imperial Esports. It's unusual to see Stormy get picked off in this particular manner.
That's when it's the most dangerous, man. You know Imperial has nothing to lose, and they really need to try and find something before the Lord happens. The fact that Stormy was not with his team, I think was a bit of an oversight. And now they're going to push immediately to try and find some more resources, equalize a bit more. We're approaching the 20-minute mark where usually the goal difference starts becoming irrelevant. Now it's all down to execution. And Team SMG, they've been neat so far, but can they keep it up until the end of the game? Because Imperial are gaining momentum.
I don't know, it might actually just backfire here, considering the 4 items already completed, and now for the final item coming in from Aurora, especially with the new changes towards Roger's side, I don't think that Miko can walk up as comfortably, especially if he is healthy.
Looking at the items here, for Ur, he has the great Dragon Spear, by the way. So all these slows coming in from Team SMG, he can kind of deal with it by being speedy. The only real hard crowd control is going to be the hands of Miko, and usually Imperial will force him to use it on other members before Ur is even in the fray.
I mean, okay, I'm thinking of like layers upon layers upon layers here, right? I'm going deep into the conspiracy at this point, right? I'm on Reddit, I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and I think that at this point of time, the front-to-front from Team SMG seems better, but I think that Imperial so far, if Stefe is able to get the person who is able to peel them off the most, in this case, it's not Smooth, Faraga armor, really annoying, but continuously attack Stormy and priority target being Sasa, if he walks up too far forward, might just be the answer here.
And if they fight in a clumped-up formation, it's also going to be very difficult because, for the most part, Ur is hitting everyone at the same time. The same can't be said for Sasa. So if Sasa's walking up trying to do damage, say for Stormy, they can get hit by collateral damage from that passive, and that could be what Imperial Esports need.
Again, this is what they could need here if they can actually contest this Lord. Despite the deficit going on, They're on this side of the jungle. Stephanie going to take quite a bit of damage, though. Wild charge going to be used. Can he get punished? Imperial keeps it together, but Marquino going to be in trouble with the last Insanity. Smooth comes out swinging again, and that's another Lord in the hands of Team SMG.
Oh, the timing, the timing. Had they just finished that Lord just slightly quicker, they could have abused the fact that Marquino's death timer is getting really, really long at the 20th minute of the game, just missing it by 2 seconds.
Marquino, though, man, it's such a tough game for him to be in. He's just, in the fight, he can't really do much. In the 1v1, he can't really do much. He's forced to just stick with the team, and even when the team tries to back away, he just gets left behind as the rear guard. For Team SMG, that's the ideal circumstances, but look at this, hang on.
Okay. No, wait. Oh, Stefan gonna jump in. Sasa. Oh, it's gonna be saved by Stormy. He goes in. Still gonna be just fine now. It's Stefan on the run. Aurora's in trouble too. And look at the base. They're gonna put the focus on there. Your falls fashion, trying to keep it together. Immortality from Sox is gonna go down, but the Lord is now there. Marquino gets back in time. There's chaos everywhere, and Stefan finally falls towards Team SMG's side, but they can't clear it just yet. A couple hits away for the base. They're trying to keep it together. Smooth goes in, and Team SMG will take game 1.
I mean, that's why we nominated him for the MY's Legends here in MY. Didn't even break a sweat, leaning back on his chair, and after the fight was over and looking for that end game, that's when he leaned forward and is like, okay, now it's time to play. Cancels the Kufra's ult, times the Purify perfectly so he doesn't get that initial hit. Disgusting.
What a play, man. SMG showing that even in the early game, they have what it takes, man. You want to...
When you might think it's too early, but it's all part of the plan, it seems, right, for Team SMG. So again, you kind of have to, I know we've been talking about Aurora a lot, but this is once, again, it falls on Steph as well, as it has up to this point, right? And even on this Kufra, I feel like he did a relatively great job. He found a lot of initiations for the team when you didn't think they could, right? So again, he's a key component for game number 2 to find those winning lanes that you mentioned, Arashi, if that's what they want to go for. And let's just say, forego some of the objectives early on and they can get the momentum going from the side lanes. That's also a lot on Stefan.
Yeah, I think the roamer making the plays happen is definitely something that has to really work for Imperial, and they have to really start respecting the the micro execution potential from Team SMG. Because in this game, you saw several moments where, quite frankly, right, Team Imperial just got outplayed in the bottom lane earlier with the jukes, with the dodges, the ultimate cancel to the Kufra as well, and as well as with how they're actually playing the fights, right, how they're able to actually select their targets and path around the danger zones. I think they have to try and understand that that is going to be a big problem, and they have to try and prepare for it as well.
Okay, so some of the adjustments we're expecting coming in from Imperial is going to be along the lines of finding aggressive laners if they still want to play on Aurora. But I want to give you guys, and as well as here at the table, the question of when do you want to sacrifice some of these picks? You know, maybe you're not looking for Aurora's S-tier pick, but maybe take a step back, look to play a more team fight-oriented composition. Is that the way that they could potentially take against Team SMG? A new angle, perhaps?
I think they definitely have it in their arsenal, right? I think it's a bit too far-fetched to assume that, oh, Imperial can only play with this playstyle. I think they definitely have adjustments down. We've seen them make adaptations before. So maybe even if it doesn't put Aurora as the star player, it can still be a better option, just considering the matchup, right? Because you brought a lot of MMA analogies in this game, in this matchup. And in MMA, we talk about how styles make matchups, right? Sometimes the guy with the best striking doesn't really do well against the best grappling. So maybe Imperial, for lack of a better comparison, can change their striking for something else here that works better.
Maybe judo. Maybe judo.
All I know is wrestling.
All you know is wrestling. That technically, well, I mean, you know what? We're getting deeper and deeper into the fight topics of the overall styles, but we definitely, I get where you're coming from, right? I think that in these types of situations to kind of shake it up, I think they're going to move straight to the blue side. That's number one, right? That's the first step.
Yeah, they could start there. And again, what we're basically talking about is the fact that we need to see the playstyle adapt here for Imperial, right? Because this is Team SMG, for the most part, I feel like they have shown different playstyles, but it's more or less the same. They've just refined it and execute it very well, right? That's what works for them. So Imperio, like you mentioned, Arashi, they have a playstyle that they're known for throughout the wild card and even in their region, but now they're forced to adapt. Right? And this is something that's going to happen throughout the entire M5, right? The entire journey, these regions, these teams, even the well-known teams, they're going to have to adapt to some of the new strategies being pulled through. So Imperial, once again, like I said, let's get that utility. Let's get that team effort strategy going on. And yeah, maybe Aurora isn't that shining star, that one getting all those kills this time around, but the rest of the team gets the shine.
Exactly. I mean, if they, man, we're going to have to wait until we get into the draft before we confirm this, right? I mean, again, the adaptability can only go so far. And let's not forget that Team SMG were the ones to ban out Yi Shin. And when you ban out Yi Shin, therefore, a lot of other meta picks actually get to slip on through. I'm rather surprised that there wasn't any early consideration for maybe even going for Matilda even? Was that even an option? Was it within the first 3 bans, Arashi, just to double confirm?
Matilda was banned by Imperio, actually. It's the first ban that they made. So they traded that for basically the Faramis, I think. That was the trade, right? Oh, they get the first pick, they pick the Bruno, we get the Faramis, or vice versa. I think that's why the Terizla pick was a bit rushed, because now we're seeing more and more it's picked in the later stages. Because teams are finding more and more ways to counter it, since it was so dominant just a few patches ago.
Well, I think it's time. Let's get into the drafting phase here for game number 2 in this best-of-5 series between Team SMG versus Imperial. Let's see which side they're going to be on.
What's funny is, as someone who is from the MPL Philippine region, and I heard what you said about it over there, Gideon, yesterday. Right, we're known for our Lord dances. It might not be super action-packed, but you know, there's a certain sense of finesse in a Lord dance, an extended one. I feel like wildcard, we haven't seen that many Lord dances. It's been rather wild, right? And that's why I'm saying, I think now that we know what sides they're going to be on, Imperial, let's see if they can build around that, because I feel like they're going to be forced in that situation with Team SMG here.
Any predictions for first picks, Arashi? Because this time around, I don't know whether Imperial wants to show off what the jungler is going to be, or maybe even the EXP within the first phase.
I think they can get this Bruno here. Ur, as you can see, was the highest damage output, and he can hold his own. But no, they go for the Nolan, man. They want that aggression in the jungle. But now for SMG, they can go for a Faramis. They can counter these assassins, and they can go for the Bruno still if they really want. It's not worth it, though.
So what fighting style are we in now?
Well,
Tai Chi.
We're in Tai Chi. It might convert into Wing Chun later on, but we'll see in a little bit once we get into that second phase. Next 2 picks coming up inside of Team SMG. This time it's going to be Terizla as well as Bruno. I wonder if Marquino wants to get back as smooth. He's like, you dominated me one game? Maybe I can get an export early on.
This is the question, can Marquinhos play the X-Borg, right? This is where the flexibility of these players are tested, because you can do well on 1 or 2 or even 3 heroes, but even afterwards, once those get taken away contextually or by direct bans, can you still maintain the same kind of performance? Imperial will go for that Faramis though, but I think if they want to go for the Faramis, a prerequisite for this pick is to get solid engages. They can really force your opponents to stay in there. Now that there's a Terizla on the side of SMG, I think that's a bit easier, because we saw what issues Marquinhos was struggling with in game 1.
Well, let's see whether or not this first half is going to be beneficial for him or maybe another teammate, and it looks like no, they're going to lean back into the Clint versus Bruno matchup.
I don't know how I feel about the Clint, man. I know he got to a point, you pointed it out, Arashi, the damage was there. I think it can work good if, for example, they can get the Nolan to go, snowball up, get some early damage out, let the Clint shine later on. But that still begs the question, how's the XP lane matchup going to be?
Yeah, I think it's tough, man. With the EXP once again moving in towards that second half, things are going to start spicing up. Oh, wow, we see an early Cho pickup from the side of Team SMG. And if you don't know who the crowd favorite is going to be here, have a look at the drums. It's hard to hear even ourselves. I can't imagine the coaches screaming, not out of anger at their players, but to quickly lock in their heroes.
Earlier, I turned my headset volume up, and I'm still having trouble hearing the two of you.
I'm going to start doing sign language soon, guys.
Yeah, we're going to have to do like non-verbal communication here, because the crowd Dude, the Malaysian crowd, Gideon, your home crowd is absolutely wild, man. This is crazy.
I mean, think about the growth of the crowd, by the way.
Yeah.
Back the last time I was here in Malaysia, you guys didn't have drums.
We didn't have drums. We actually picked that up pretty recently in our seasons, you know? We learned a lot from our older brothers in MPL ID a little bit, you know?
Hey,
you
the
know,
Philippines did too.
Oh, that's true.
They
that's
did too.
True.
They learned it there as well.
Oh my goodness.
It's part of the game now, man. The fan base cheering. You have to feel for Imperio, man. Against a home crowd this passionate, you have to be feeling some kind of nerves, right? It might not like derail their whole game plan completely, but it's definitely something they're feeling.
I mean, they're feeling like they're into the nether realm because right now, Farmus is currently most picked. 19 times a mid lane hero, overtaking Valentina. Times are changing. The meta here at Wildcards is so different.
You know, there was a time though, and yeah, I feel like I'm yelling at this point, but there was a time that it was always Valentina and Farmus. You know, so it's like we took 2 steps forward, but we also took a step back.
I gotta bring this question to Arashi, right? Now, let me just quickly wrap up the other bands. Lilia, Phoveus, Minotaur, and as well as X-Born. The mid lane meta has been pretty awkward in recent times, right? The number of picks that you actually have access to has really dwindled down.
I think now it's first of all, you have to have good wave clear. I think now that's a very important part of mid laning that needs to happen. You have to have good wave clear, but then you have to pick between being full utility or full damage. That's what it feels like it's going to happen. So for SMG now, they pick up the Akai also. And we've seen this yesterday, by the way. A Teresa and Akai, and how sometimes they can really cancel each other out. So you have to wonder if they're going to do that, or are they going to do the plan we saw, I believe, in day 2, where the Teresa will start to engage, but the Akai will split the team apart into 2 segments so that the team fight really falls into their favor.
Which is actually quite beneficial here. Now, we come back to Imperial side, they lock in the Yuzong. This is going to be a very volatile matchup between the Teresa. A single kill can skew it into one of these EXP's favors, and there's nothing much you can really do about it. That's just the state of EXP as of right now. But that final pick, it's going to be locked in right here, right now. It's Kufra once again. Stefe crushed it in game number 1, but not enough to get a game win. Team SMG finish it off with a Valentina.
See, this is what I was talking about. This is like a throwback itself, right? Farmus and Valentina, 2 Nether Realms most likely on the board. But still, I like what Imperio did this time. Stefan had a great game, like you mentioned, Gideon. So if he can replicate that and do even better here, they can build around that. And my biggest question mark, once again, is the Nolan. We've seen teams opt for it. It works out well for some, and others, it just falls flat on its face.
Yeah, is it in the same situation as Roger, or what are we thinking here?
I think it's a bit more difficult even compared to the Roger. You have more safety, as in you're a lot more mobile than the Roger. Technically jumping over, you can dash over a lot of walls to escape. But at the same time, you need to enter from a very safe angle, because otherwise you are very vulnerable to crowd control, and the only real way you can escape is your main damage tool.
That being said, it is time. Let's test the mettle of both these teams as we head into our second game in this best of 5 between Team SMG versus Imperial Esports.
Whew, look at the battle spells right here. There's some purifiers available, but you have to wonder here in the jungle matchup, it's going to be a utility jungler against a damaged jungler. Who's going to have the better clear? Because Nolan is infamous, but these utility junglers also clears very, very fast.
I don't know about you, but I feel like whoever makes that first mistake in the upcoming turtle fight, it's going to heavily snowball in one team's favor, right? We all see what happens. The turtle goes, the purple buff gets controlled, and Miko looking to find some trades.
See, this is what he does every time, right? So this is why I'm saying Stefe as well, he has to be able to protect Yor, he has to be able to come to these side lanes, help them out if they need, and if they can get some type of win, that would be great, right? Miko does this time and time again, but if they can put things into place before that first turtle, like you mentioned, Gideon, that could be great for Imperio here.
I think Miko here is going to be a big core component in the success of Team SMG. In this early stage where there's so much danger, he is that one hero with so much mobility and built-in shielding, so he can really find some information for his team.
Oh, already with the drag back Stormy. Forced to flicker out. That is what Imperio needed to do. So he's not going to have it for now, at least for a couple minutes. So that should give them that little bit of an advantage for that turtle. Soxa, though, in the mid lane alongside Miko.
That's some great comms coming out for the side of Team SMG. They knew he was on the bottom side, so it's very safe to assume that he's going to be somewhere along that river line, inside that brush. But let's look at the emblems.
Mobility, agility, and wilderness blessing for the Valentina and Cho. And you can see why, man. Because trying to be all over the map as fast as possible. For Soxa, he's full utility. He went for the firmness for a bit of extra tankiness, and he's going for the Season Hunter to ensure that he can just clear and match Nolan in the farming rotations as well. In the EXP lane, though, we're seeing this matchup just being a lot more even. But here we go, man. The first big fight.
This is going to be a big one. Already getting the dragon form out. Stephanie going to go in. Won't find a target. They just want to battle it out. Looks like Turtle's going to reset. So, Team SMG, happy to get some of these ultimates out.
Extremely happy, in a matter of fact. Like, Black Dragon form is gone. Okay, let's go right in as they contest that purple buff.
Oh, and with that, the Fracture is going to be gone as well. Aurora just trying to get the purple buff. They're probably going to give up the Turtle. Miko caught behind the lines here. Should be a kill for them, but he's going to make some fancy footwork and get out fine.
That's what we're saying, man. For Imperial Esports, they need lockdown. Now that there's not a lot of utility coming from the mid lane, technically, without Fashion exposing himself, they need ways to lock someone down. Seeing the Cho pick so early on in the drafting phase, they don't really have any tools to really lock him down there to ensure that he can't be that pesky nuisance on their sides.
Well, that's only for the time being, right? Eventually, once they get their ultimates, now they have like an almost reliable way, but it's really the onus of Miko. Can he dodge it at the right moment? Now, cutting back over to that awards, the EXP side, Smo's doing a pretty good job here, having that level lead. But notice down on bot side, a lot of importance. The roamers, the junglers are hovering around this gold lane.
For now, no real movements towards each other's junglers. I think for Team SMG, they're happy to just go for this more calm playstyle. It's their identity anyways. And against the Netherrealm, there's always the chance that something can go wrong. So if they want to scale up to the late game, they have a Bruno, they have a Valentina. These are very strong heroes with a lot of damage in the later stages of the game.
Yeah, they're going to be able to work on it. They're trying to get Stormy here. They get the Netherrealm down. Still going to be going for Aurora. Can't catch up to him. Heavy spin going to be utilized to push him out of there. Penalty zone right on top of Aurora. They take him out.
From anti-synergy to really nice synergy.
It's so good coming in from Team SMG, dude. They just come in and they force Aurora into these weird spots. And remember, Aurora is the one working against the clock here. He wants to abuse the assassin early game power spike. The longer the game goes, the more utility has a bit more value. That is what Soxa brings to the table.
But Team SMG, they are playing this a little slow, right? I mean, it's important that this Nolan does get this purple buff, but at the end of the day, I was hoping to see that Team SMG was going to take the initiative to try and take away the purple buff, really slow down this Nolan, simply like how they dealt with Aurora in game number 1.
Again, they just want to put him in a situation where they want him to come and fight them, right? They want to whittle him down a little bit. But yeah, if they can put some pressure there on the purple buff, I'm sure they'll do that. But so far, things have just been falling into place for Team SMG. Even right now, this looks like another turtle going to the hands. Miko gonna flicker out. He took the orange as well.
He took the orange, dude.
Oh, Aurora, not gonna be happy about it. There's the drag back, but Miko's just fine.
It's just not enough damage, right? Aurora really needs to find that very first kill and then start snowballing off of that. And with Smooth dominating his lane at the same time, this is becoming very similar to how game 1 started to look like. I don't expect the lanes to start swapping. I think that right now Team SMG wants to extend the laning phase for as long as possible.
Because they have the mobility advantage right here, right? With the Cho and the Valentina just being everywhere so much faster than Fashion on the Faramis. It's almost like the Faramis pick is kind of giving Valentina just a better ult to have more presence in these big fights. And look at this. Every single time they're trying to set up for something, Miko shows up again and becomes a huge problem. And if they commit to it, they're going to waste a lot of time here once again.
Yeah, I feel like they're just kind of scrambling around right now, and that's what Team SMG is doing so well against Imperio. So Imperio, they have to be able to find something. Get on the board here. Miko going to use the conceal, going to be stopped in his tracks. Forced back though, Soxa on the front of it all. Stormy there holding on to his own Netherrealm. But all of this for that turret, they're happy for that.
Okay. Really good gatekeeping. Wait.
Oh, Smooth has the rest of the team. He'll be just fine.
Dang, so many deterrents just walking up like, oh, you want my boy? You got to get through all of us.
Exactly, that's what a Teresa that's on curve can do. That is not what we saw in game number 1. SMG playing a whole different game. See, Miko just zoning, going behind, threatening an engage, and if Imperial doesn't respect it, then there could be a big fight. And slowly but surely, when they are too preoccupied, Sasa just takes down the turrets bit by bit.
I mean, they gotta whittle them down somehow, chip at them, find an opportunity, and now, honestly, the kill count in this game is much, much lower. You know, only first blood achieved by the side of Team SMG. 7 minutes into the game, we haven't seen nothing too crazy just yet, but in terms of pacing, at least Aurora maintains...
Oh, this could be it. They find something. Miko to fall smooth. Gonna be in trouble too. Aurora on the run. There's the Nether Realm. But Stormy and Sasa here next. Marquina goes in, gets the Petrify off to work on it. Steppe there as well. They're gonna be zoned out. Can Yur get there in time to put the damage out? He's stuck against the wall. Still gonna be going. Marquino falls. Yur backs off. Only Marquino's down. The trade.
Holy, what a fight.
What a sequence, it's back and forth, but that's Imperio equalizing. But look at the goal difference, it's still up there because of the farming difference. Miko now making a play.
Oh, the bola comes through, keeps Miko in his tracks.
Woo, that reaction time. Now, while that entire fight was happening, the backline of Imperial Esports was kiting away, and Smooth actually flickered forward to try to take on a 2v1 while he was low, and he was darn close at completing it.
That's one of the rare moments in this game so far where Team SMG aren't the ones initiating, aren't the one in control.
Oh, there it is
though.
Imperial's gonna be the one initiating here. Steppe gonna run back, chase down. Heavy spin on Yur, he's trying to get away. The rest of the team has to get there. Nether Realm for him. They're still gonna fight it out, but Imperial has to disengage.
Oh man, this game is just rubber banding back and forth from both of these sides. Nobody wants to give their opponent an inch, and if they find a kill, they're looking for a trade. And I'm expecting that Imperial Esports this time, they want to trade, but unfortunately, not until Steppe is back.
They lost multiple ultimates in that fight as well. Team SMB used a bit, but they still had 3 while they were going for that Lord. Stormy now also getting the Lightning Truncheon. That means that for Imperial, now it's not just physical damage they have to worry about. They gotta be worried of, out of nowhere, having a surge of burst damage coming in from Stormy on the mid lane.
I am a little curious about the items though. I would like to have a look at it just to kind of see the pacing of where Aurora is, but wait, hold on.
They might try to find something again. Sox are going to heavy spin, find Steppe for the lockdown, waiting for the rest of the team to make their way. Smooth also joining the fight from the backside, looking for his own entrance. They're going to find Steppe, he's caught out. Way of the Dragon comes through. Do they continue on? The penalty zone finds one. Fashion, can he get away? Stormy jumps in, gets the kill, and he's caught under the turret. But another run comes through again for Team SMG. Meanwhile, on the top side, Yur gets taken out by Sasa, and Team SMG running into the top side with the Lord.
That just can't be real right now. It feels like Team SMG are empowered by the crowd behind us, because now they're getting on with this. They're aggressive.
See if they can keep it together. Once again, Marquino takes a couple shots. They still want more. Aurora in trouble. Gets taken out easily from Team SMG. Working on the mid turret. Lord's finally gone. Can Imperial stay in the game?
Team SMG don't even have to back away. They can stay here if they want to. Steppe goes in.
Steppe gonna jump in. Still gonna be fighting for more. Miko gets the kick again. Bastion's out. Penalty zone gonna be used. Smooth quite low, but Marquino's out. And Team SMG is powered by the crowd and will get the match point.
God dang! What a game! It was just a seesaw, kids at a seesaw, and then as they grow older and older, they're realizing, man,
You're getting there in time to put the damage out. He's stuck against the wall. Still gonna be going. Marquino falls. Yur backs off. Only Marquino's down. The trade.
Holy, what a fight.
What a sequence, it's back and forth, but that's Imperio equalizing. But look at the goal difference, it's still up there because of the farming difference. Miko now picking a play.
Oh, the bola comes through, keeps Miko in his tracks.
Ooh, that reaction time. Now, while that entire fight was happening, the backline of Imperio Esports was kiting away, and Smooth actually flickered forward to try to take on a 2v1 while he was low, and he was darn close at completing it.
That's one of the rare moments in this game so far where Team SMG aren't the ones initiating, aren't the one in control.
Oh, there it is
though.
Imperial's gonna be the one initiating here. Steffe gonna run back, chase down. Heavy spin on Ur, he's trying to get away. The rest of the team has to get there.
Oh.
Nether Realm for him. They're still gonna fight it out, but Imperial has to disengage.
Oh man, this game is just rubber banding back and forth from both of these sides. Nobody wants to give their opponent an inch, and if they find a kill, they're looking for a trade. And I'm expecting that Imperial Esports this time, they want to trade, but unfortunately, not until Steffe is back.
They lost multiple ultimates in that fight as well. Team SMB used a bit, but they still had 3 while they were going for that Lord. Stormy now also getting the lightning truncheon. That means that for Imperio, now it's not just physical damage they have to worry about. They gotta be worried of, out of nowhere, having a surge of burst damage coming in from Stormy on the mid lane.
I am a little curious about the items though. I would like to have a look at it just to kind of see the pacing of where Aurora is, but wait, hold on.
They might try to find something again. Soxy gonna heavy spin, find Steffe for the lockdown, waiting for the rest of the team to make their way. Smooth also joining the fight from the backside, looking for his own entrance. They're gonna find Steffe, he's caught out. Way of the Dragon comes through. Do they continue on? The penalty zone finds one. Fashion, can he get away? Stormy jumps in, gets the kill, and he's caught under the turret. But another run comes through again for Team SMG. Meanwhile, on the top side, gets taken out by Sasa, and Team SMG running into the top side with the Lord.
That just can't be real right now. It feels like Team SMG are empowered by the crowd behind us, because now they're getting on with this. They're aggressive.
See if they can keep it together. Once again, Marquino takes a couple shots. They still want more. Aurora in trouble. Gets taken out easily from Team SMG. Working on the mid turret. Lord's finally gone. Can Imperial stay in the game?
Team SMG, they don't even have to back away. They can stay here if they want to. Steffe goes in.
Steffe gonna jump in. Still gonna be fighting for more. Miko gets the kick again. Bastion's out. Penalty zone gonna be used. Smooth quite low, but Marquino's out. And Team SMG is powered by the crowd and will get the match point.
God dang! What a game! It was just a seesaw, kids at a seesaw, and then as they grow older and older, they're realizing, man, the weight distribution is just too big. We can't balance this out. Team SMG.
Where does my resolve come from? Being a father, for one.
Your team is dead.
Let's make the whole
The
world
enemy is
green
banning.
and lively.
Hello, my friend.
Do you want to make friends with Nana?
Your team is banning.
Everything engulfed in flames.
Sir, what's your command?
The enemy is banning.
Welcome to the greatest magic show of all time!
Your team is picking.
There's no time to chit-chat.
The enemy is picking.
Let's play together.
No criminal goes unpunished.
Please pick a hero.
Ready, go! I'm born
The enemy
with
is
talent.
picking.
Dragonborn is back!
To me, fun is all that matters.
I'm bound by nothing, be it family or destiny.
You should be ashamed for not trusting yourself. The enemy is picking.
My blood boils until the day I die.
legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed!
How dare you? Would you help me find my brother? Don't test me.
Request backup!
I am the top student of the academy after all. If only I had freedom. Do you know the flower language of Matthiola Incarna? Try this magic!
First blood! Request backup!
Understood.
An enemy has been slain!
Would you help me find my brother? Try this
Gather
magic!
at the turtle!
The enemy has slain the turtle! Ally has been slain!
I am the top student of the academy after all.
An enemy has been slain! You have been slain! An enemy has been slain!
If only I had freedom.
Request backup!
Do you know the flower language of Matthiola Incarna?
Ally has been killing spree! Double kill! You have slain an enemy! An enemy has been slain! Initiate retreat! Request backup!
Gather at the turtle!
Don't test me.
Ally has slain the turtle! Enemy has been slain!
How dare you? I am the top student of the academy after all.
Gather at the portal!
Would you help me find my brother? I haven't done with that.
Request backup!
Understood.
Ally has been slain.
Don't test me.
Ally has been slain. Our turret is under attack.
How dare you?
Your team destroyed a turret. Initiate retreat.
Don't test me.
Killing spree.
Would you help me find my brother?
An enemy has been slain. Killing spree.
If only
Our turret has been destroyed. Your team destroyed a turret.
Pew, boo!
Our turret is under attack. Your team destroyed a turret.
I am the top student of the academy after all. Try this magic. Do you know
Killing
the power
spree.
of Mapiola Incarno?
Shut down.
Gather at the Lord!
Okay. Slain Lord.
Don't test me.
Dance for me.
Pew, boo!
Shut down. Request backup.
Try this magic. I am the top student.
Mega kill.
After all. How dare you?
Destroy the turret. Ally has been slain. Your team destroyed a turret. An enemy has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Ally has been slain.
If only I had freedom.
Your team destroyed a turret.
Did you know the flower language of Mapiola Incarno? How dare you? Pew! Boo!
You have slain an enemy. Double kill.
Don't test me.
Our turret is under attack.
I am the top student of the academy after all.
An enemy has been slain.
Gather at the Lord!
Do you know the flower language of Matthiola Incarna? Could you help me find my brother?
Killing spree.
I have freedom. I am the top student of the academy after all.
Our turret is under attack. Our turret has been destroyed.
Pew! Boo!
Initiate retreat. Unstoppable. Double kill. Initiate retreat. Launch attack. Your team destroyed a turret.
How dare you? Don't test me. Try this magic.
Godlike. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain. Ally has been slain.
If only I had
down.
freedom.
Killing spree.
Do you know the flower language of Matthiola Incarna?
Stop for me! You have slain an enemy.
Would you help me find my brother? Do you know the flower language of Matthiola Incarna?
Gather at the Lord!
Slain. Initiate retreat.
I haven't done with that.
Gather at the Lord!
An ally has slain Lord.
Could you help me
Our
find my
turret has
brother?
been destroyed.
you. Try this magic.
Gather at the Lord!
Pew, boo.
An enemy has been slain. Our turret is under attack. Launch attack!
Try this magic.
To protect her, not even the cosmos can stop me. I heard Layla accompanied you during my absence. Thank you for looking.
Your team is dead.
Welcome to the greatest magic show of
The
all
enemy
time!
is banning.
The falling stars brought us here. My pleasure.
Your team is banning.
The strongest ninja has arrived.
Everything engulfed in flames.
The enemy is banning.
Hanabi, Sanjo.
Your team is picking.
Hello, my friend.
The enemy is picking.
Only love and night are everlasting.
Light me up and watch the world
Please pick a hero.
My magic flows as freely as the winds.
I'm born
The enemy
with
is
talent.
picking.
I am vengeance incarnate.
Your team is picking.
Pain is the proof that I'm still alive.
The enemy is picking.
Priestess of primal lightning, the hunter of all the evil gods!
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till the enemy reaches the battlefield. Smash them! All troops deployed!
Find my brother. Of the Academy after all. Don't test me. Did you know the flower language of Mapiola in Karma? You.
For me! First blood. That was amazing! Ally has been slain. Ally has been slain.
Turtle!
Request backup!
Try this magic! I haven't done with that.
Turtle!
Would you help me find my brother?
An enemy has been slain! Double kill! The enemy has slain the battle!
How dare you? student of the Academy after all. Try this magic!
Request backup.
Don't test me. Did you know the flower language of Mapiola Incarnate?
An enemy has been slain. The enemy has slain the turtle. The turret has been destroyed.
I am the top student of the Academy after all. How dare you!
Request backup.
If only I had freedom.
For me! Mega kill! You have been slain. Initiate retreat.
I haven't done with that.
Shut down. Enemy tower turret is under attack. Enemy godlike. Enemy legendary. Our turret has been destroyed. Our turret has been destroyed. Our turret is under attack.
Don't test me.
You have slain an enemy. Enemy legendary. Enemy double
Try this magic.
Our turret has been destroyed.
Will you help me find my brother?
You have slain an enemy. Legendary. Our turret is under attack. The enemy has slain the turtle.
Pew! Boom! Did you know the flower language of Mapiola Incarnate?
Enemy legendary. Our turret is under attack. Retreat.
Try
Our
this
turret has
magic.
been destroyed. Enemy legendary.
Pew! Boom!
Slain an enemy. Initiate retreat. Our inhibitor turret is under attack.
only I had freedom. Would you help me find my brother?
Slain.
You.
Our turret is under attack. Turret is under attack. How dare you? Your turret is under attack.
I am the top student of the academy after all.
Stop for me! Our turret is under attack.
Pew, pew.
The enemy has slain Lord.
If only I had freedom.
Our base is under attack. Initiate retreat. Our turret has been destroyed. Double kill.
Student of the academy after all. Do you know the flower language of Matthiola Incana? Why this magic? Don't test me. How dare you?
Initiate retreat. An ally has been slain.
Don't test me.